Hey guys, Josie here. Just wanted to jump on, going over a couple of different actually one topic, energy. I want to talk to you guys about specific genes and gene mutations that can affect your energy and the things that you can do to critique it. Now, obviously, you wouldn't know if you had these gene mutations without a genetic test. However, there are certain symptoms that arise with each one where you can kind of guess that maybe if you're having issues with those things, you can go ahead and guess that you would probably have the genetic deficiency or mutation for that. So the first one that we are going to touch on is the MTHFR. That one's probably the widely talked about just because Gary Brecka spends a lot of time talking about that one. And it's because 40% of the population suffers from this. And really what happens is your body's form of folate is actually methylfolate. That's the form that your body takes. But the synthetic form that we all know, folic acid, is the stuff that they spray on our food, put in our supplements to enrich or enhance the food. However, it's a synthetic form. So 40% of the population out there that has this mutation can't break down can't make folic acid into methylfolate. And that's really important. When you don't have that mechanism, you're going to be deficient in it because your body's never getting the folate that it needs. Think about all the pregnant women that we put on folic acid and children that aren't absorbing it because maybe they have a genetic mutation that doesn't allow them to do that. So people who struggle with fatigue, brain fog, poor detoxification, a lot of times this can be gut health issues, racing mind, anxiety, anything like that. It's an easy fix. You really just have to bypass the mechanism and give your body directly the methylfolate that it needs. So things like B vitamins, green leafy greens, or cruciferous vegetables. So broccoli, cauliflower, broccoli sprouts, green spinach, kale, any of those things. Liver, avocados, those are all really rich in folate. And then you also want to support the detox of your liver. And so milk thistle, dandelion root, those are things that you can drink in a tea. And these aren't things that you have to necessarily do all the time, like the detox tea, that's something you could maybe just do once a week. And then just making sure you're really getting in those B vitamins. The next one that we are going to talk about is the COMT. This is stress and resilience. So this helps your body break down neurotransmitters. What are neurotransmitters? Dopamine, adrenaline, norepinephrine, serotonin. Those are all of the drugs that balance your mood. And so with the COMT, sometimes people can feel anxious, anger, racing thoughts, issues sleeping, worry. Also, on the other side of things, sometimes these people can be really high performers, but really the stress, their body, this specific thing, it doesn't allow the stress to get broken down in the body. And so for this one, this can really struggle with like focus, motivation, and low energy. I have this genetic mutation, and since I started increasing my magnesium, I also increased my protein, and then I definitely have to do things that signal my stress, my adrenals to take my stress down. So meditation, yoga, lots of stretching. I'm constantly doing self enhancement and work just on myself so that, when these triggers arise, my brain isn't, blowing out big scenarios in my head and causing me stress. So really making sure like my meditation and my journal, that really comes in handy for handling my stress load. And for COMT, that's really important. The other one for COMT that I tell everybody is trimethylglycine or TMG. That's something that can be in like a methylated type vitamin. You can find it at the health food store. I personally use Nutridyne, and this one is extremely helpful for balancing the neurotransmitters, helping the methylation process in your body. And then the one I take at night for this is GABA. It's technically in a blend that I call calm, sorry. And it's GABA, L-theanine, and those two together with the magnesium, the magtine, specifically threonate. It crosses the blood-brain barrier and helps regulate those neurotransmitters. Because with COMT, you're out of balance and you can't regulate it yourself. So the magnesium and the GABA come in and they help balance that out for you. The last one that we can talk about is the APOE. This one is related to energy and metabolism and cardiac risk. As a cardiac nurse, this is a really big one. It is linked to Alzheimer's. Again, that's nothing to be scared of. It's pretty much the diabetes type 3. And so this has to do with process of certain fats. And leading to inflammation, brain fog, sluggish energy. So those are kind of the symptoms it can cause. You really want to switch to a Mediterranean diet for this. The healthy fats and proteins are really going to be what helps this. It's going to help with your mitochondrial health. So mitochondria are like the workhorses of the cells. And if those aren't working properly, then you're not going to have a whole lot of energy. So taking things like CoQ10, which really help that mitochondria function well, are going to be key. And the other thing is if you have certain APOE genetic mutations where your omega, the omega 3s in your body aren't working properly, sometimes you can take phytosterols to help with cholesterol risk. So a lot of clients who have cardiac risk, I've spent so many years educating them, fish oil, CoQ10, and sometimes turmeric just to help with inflammation. But then the phytosterols is going to hands down be the better option at fighting cholesterol levels. Especially the statin drugs that are out there. I mean, they leach your bone density. So it's, among other things, the biggest complaint my clients had was the aching and cramping of the bone or of the muscles. So, again, those medications aren't ever going to fix the cholesterol problem. They are only just going to block a mechanism so that the cholesterol level number goes down, but there's still the problem of the cholesterol. And so the phytosterols are really helpful for this. Also, with all of these, with everything, diet is 80% of it. It literally comes down to what you eat. You've got to fuel your body so that your cells work optimally. And then 10% of it is, 10 to 20% is exercise. Exercise is extremely important, but you can't out-exercise a poor diet. And our food is just loaded with chemicals that cause these DNA mutations to happen, and you wouldn't even know it. So if you're struggling with any of those symptoms, reach out. I can help you. This is what I do. It's fascinating. And hopefully these tips are helpful to you. Have a great day.